What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over the weekly energies for all signs, Aries and Pisces, for the week of April the 6th through the 12th, 2026. Now, for those of you that don't know, hi, my name is Tia, and I do weekly tarot readings such as this one, as well as monthlies. And speaking of monthlies, I posted for the month of April for all signs. So if you haven't checked it out, please be sure to check that out if you're interested. Also, I do collective moon readings, and sometimes I post vlogs and podcast episodes depending on what's going on. But for the most part, welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you are returning. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with Aries. I already pre-shuffled the cards. So what's coming up for Aries this week? Forward movement. So it seems as though you're, even when there's a lack of clarity involved, you're still going to take forward movement. Let's see, what's coming up for Aries this week? What's coming up for Aries this week? There's some sort of memories or something from the past that may resurface. Forward movement. Okay, now at the bottom of the deck, clarifying the Chariot, it was the Ace of Swords reverse. So I got that there may be some sort of lie involved, or there might have been some sort of like untold truth. With the Six of Cups in the spread here in the Judgment card, it seems as though there's something here from the past that may come back up. Something that you was probably confused about, or something that like you probably, did not see clearly before. I'm drawn to the eyes and the hand on this person's head. Like, it's like you're seeing something clearly, or you're confused about something that you were confused about resurfaces. Something that was possibly a lie get exposed, or something resurfaces here. Why the Chariot? The World. Something's unresolved. That's what it is. There's some sort of unresolved truth. This could be something dealing with like something that you was working with closely, or something that you was dealing with or working with, because you got the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. There may be something unresolved with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Does not necessarily have to be, but I can get this as something that was tangible, something that is in the physicality, something that you was dealing with on a physical sense or a practical sense. I'll say a practical sense. Let's see. Why the Six of Cups? Hierophant. This was a connection you had with somebody. Unresolved. Something from the past that is unresolved. Something that you was committed to. So, one more card for Aries this week. There could be an aspect of some Aries feeling as though someone's slipping away, or feeling as though they no longer have that, like, that sense of knowing in regards to like, okay, I thought this person would still be involved in this way or this capacity, but it seems as though things change. It's like someone is not who they say they are, or someone, like, you're confused about how something turned out to be a certain way, and it caused some sort of imbalance. Let's see, why the Temperance reverse? I don't know what it's trying to tell me, Aries. A lie gets exposed, and it causes some sort of imbalance. I don't know if you was keeping a secret, or I don't know if someone else was keeping a secret from you, but it was like there was a lot of foggy details involved in this situation here. And again, I get it's something, even though it could be with another person, I also get that you was dealing with them on a practical or tangible sense. It's not something where it's like in your mind. It's just more so like, why the World reverse? Let's see. Why the World reverse? King of Swords. Clarity. A lie gets exposed. Or I can also get it as you're waiting on someone to say something, or you're waiting on someone to make a move, or you're waiting on someone to respond. Because I did see the Eight of Wands reverse in the cards, but it didn't fly out. I just get that you're waiting on some sort of response, or you're waiting on some sort of clarity, but it's like you're not getting it. You're like waiting on to see about some sort of forward movement, and it's not necessarily showing its face, or not really giving you anything to work off of. Why the Hierophant? Why the Hierophant? Nothing's coming out of this situation. That's what it is, Aries. It's like you're up in the air of whether or not you want to give something a second chance, or just leave something where it is. And I think it's like you're reflecting back on, like, it's like retracing your steps. Like, you remember you went this way, you remember you went this way. It seems as though you're starting to piece together some things that you probably was kind of foggy about before, or like piecing together someone's actions or what actions was taken around that time. So it seems as though you're trying to really gain some sort of clarity, and it's like you're starting to see, like, oh, I did not see this clearly before, now I see it. Or, oh, this was a lie and I thought this was the truth. So I get like suddenly it's like your reality gets shifted, or something shifts your perspective on something that you kind of you chalked it up to be something that you weren't necessarily going to get the full truth over, or some chalked it up as something that it wasn't completely that. So I get that, like, you're gaining some sort of certain clarity, or you're like suddenly recognizing that something is not exactly what it is. I know that's kind of confusing, but with the Three of Wands reverse clarifying the Hierophant, it's just like you're just recognizing that something's not going to go the extra mile, or you're trying to figure out, is something worth going the extra mile over. But that's what I get, Aries. Hopefully that made sense. All right. Taurus, what's coming up for you this week? What's coming up for you this week, Taurus? What's coming up for you this week, Taurus? 2 cards flew out. Subconscious resolve. Subconscious resolve. Like you come to some sort of mental acceptance of something. Or subconsciously you want someone... Let's see. Why the Justice card? You feel like... Okay, that's what I was getting at. You feel as though someone pulled the wool over your eyes. Because you have the King of Wands reverse, clarifying the Moon, and a Justice card. So I get that someone was playing around, or someone was in and out, or someone was not consistent. This was someone who was like... This is something where it's not necessarily stable. It's not something that's rooted. And it seems as though you're having to defend yourself against something where it's deceptive in nature. Something... But why is the Seven of Swords? It's like something come to light. That's what it is. Something that was hidden comes to light. Okay, it seemed like this might be an ongoing theme. Something that was hidden behind closed doors get exposed within the light. And it causes some sort of justice, or some sort of rectification of some sorts. Why the Moon? Lost it. They can't hide this. They can't hide whatever this is. Someone sees right through somebody. That's the thing. I'm getting it. Like someone sees right through somebody, or someone like senses something here. Why the Seven of Swords? 2 cards flew out. Someone left someone out in the cold to deal with someone else, possibly. Why the Emperor reverse, clarifying the Moon? Someone can't hold on to this lie much longer, or hold on to something much longer. Something may get exposed here. Someone may show something that they wasn't intending to show. They losing their grip on like whatever this is. It causes some sort of disappointment. But something gets exposed. Something gets shown here. Something gets shown here. One more card for Taurus this week. Commitments. Someone lied about some sort of commitment. Someone lied about some sort of commitment here. They were like selfish. Let's see, why the Nine of Pentacles reverse? Unresolved commitment. Hermit reverse. Someone came back around to something they said they weren't going to come back around to, or someone actually committed to something that they said they weren't committed to. It's like something like something comes to light. Like they cannot, that's what it is. It's like someone's forcing their hand, or something makes the truth come out. Because they have unfinished business with someone else that they said they tended to and they didn't. And the truth comes out because they can't control it no more. Something happens to where they cannot control the truth that comes out of this. Why did Death reverse? Four of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Ace of Cups reverse, Four of Wands. Clarifying the Death reverses, Four of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. Someone's heart is somewhere else. Somewhere else. This is not every Taurus's message, but someone's heart is somewhere else, and that may show some. It may not. This may not. Like I said, this is very specific. So, but someone lied about how they really felt, or someone lied about what they were really dealing with, and that may come to light. And it may make you feel like you're being left out in the cold, or it may make you feel as though like you were blindsided. You can run, but you can't hide. That's the words I'm getting. You can run, but you can't hide. And I guess if you haven't watched the monthly, please be sure to check out the monthly, because I got where like it ain't gonna. I don't really sense you in this reading, but if you check out the monthly, please be sure to check that out. Okay. But something gets exposed with somebody here that you was dealing with on some level, that they said they weren't dealing with this person, and then it comes out that they were. Or they said that they didn't really care for this person, and it comes out that they were. It's like something gets exposed. They cannot hide this any longer. So as much as they try to hide this detail or whatever, they are way more committed than they say they were. They were hiding this person. They was holding back information about this individual here. Or hiding like where their heart truly is. Like their heart is really with this person. Their heart is really with this situation here. And it's stressing them out about it. Their love is somewhere else. So that's what I get, Taurus. I know that's like kind of straight to the point or whatever, but I just get that ultimately there may be some information that you were curious about that may come to light that you probably already had an inkling about, or you probably already kind of subconsciously knew, but it wasn't confirmed. So something may get confirmed this week, or just in general. But again, if you haven't checked out the monthly, please be sure to check out the monthly. Yeah, that's what I get. All right, Gemini, what's coming up for you this week? Two cards flew out. Forward action of some sort of long-term commitment or long-term stability. So it seems as though you're going to be taking you're going to be taking baby steps towards creating long-term stability for yourself, whether it be in your career or family life or home life. It just seems as though your main focus is stabilizing some sort of aspect of your life in the tangible realm. Why the Ten of Pentacles? I do get that you're trying to see like what changes to make in order to like gain that long-term stability, because clarifying the Ten of Pentacles upright is the Wheel of Fortune reverse and the Hanged Man. So it's like, what is not changing within your reality that you need to change in order to get from point A to point B? So it seems as though you're going to be taking slowly but sure, slow steps, like steady steps to get to that point. Like, okay, I probably need to like start resting more in order to like be able to exert my energy more in this area. It just seems as though you're going to be tending to like, emotionally you may be all in on something. It's like you want to like really fully divulge or invest into this thing, but right now it seems as though you're evaluating what needs to change, or you're evaluating what you need to do in order to get to that point. Why the Page of Wands? You're slowly but surely seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like you're going to gain your footing back, or you're going to gain back up some sort of momentum here, because like with the Ten of Swords reverse clarifying the Page of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck is the Sun. It seems as though you're finding your flame, or you're finding the wind. I'm getting the wind to your sails. Like you're finding some sort of momentum or some sort of like spark coming back within you after a period of being down or after a period of being shaken up in some way, shape, or form here. So you're gonna see some sort of opportunity, like you're gonna see like some sort of promise or some sort of like something tangible. I keep getting like something that is promising to you because you probably felt as though things were array or things were not like working itself out in some way, shape, or form. But I do get that you're getting over like the brunt of some sort of painful ending or some sort of ending in general, whether it be with an individual or some sort of career ending of some sorts. Let's see, let me bring this down some. But why the Ten of Swords, reverse? Four Cups. Yeah, you're getting over it. You're no longer interested in dwelling over the painful experiences or the pain, like backstabbing, even because you see it's not going to lead you anywhere, or it's not going to force you to push forward. It's like you're just coming within reasoning within yourself, like, I need to get up and do something. I cannot just dwell on this because it's not going to help me to progress. It's not going to help me to push forward. It's not going to help me to like get to where I want to go. And it's like you're no longer interested in pushing for pain or dwelling in your pain, because like I said this before in a previous weekly or monthly, it's something where it's like some people genuinely resonate with their pain, so when the pain is no longer there, they don't know what else to do, because it's like that's all they know, that's all they dealt with. It's like when you take a boulder off of some sort of foot, like for example, this weird analogy is like you have a rock on your foot and it's like, okay, well, it's there, and you just learn to work with it. You learn to just take it with you even if it's making you uncomfortable or whatever. Let's say the boulder gets cracked and it finally gets off your foot. It's like you don't know how to operate without it, because it's like now your foot is trying to adjust to the weight of the boulder no longer being on the foot. I know this is a weird analogy, but follow me here. So it's like you're learning to not allow that boulder, i.e. pain, or i.e. horrible memories or painful experiences, to hold weight. And it's like you're finally like being able to shake off those things and learning to adapt and learning to like, rebuild yourself again in a way where you're more happy with where it's going versus like where it was before, if that makes sense. This comes after a period of rest and after a period of solitude, possibly after a period of just like, seclusion, or just holding close to yourself and not necessarily outwardly pouring out of yourself at this time. One more card for Gemini this week. I do get that you're reconciling with the idea of forgiving a situation or finding healing in a situation, especially after a harsh exchange of words between you and another individual. Like someone's words probably held weight over you. Like someone probably say, "Oh, you're a horrible person," or "You ain't shit," and you not saying you really did, because who the fuck are they? But at the end of the day, like someone's words probably held weight over you, like saying, "Oh, you can't do that. Oh, what makes you think you're like this?" And now it's like you're starting to be like, wait, I can do this. Yes, I am capable. Yes, I deserve this. Yes, I am an awesome individual. So it seems as though you're going to be like, forgiving yourself for accepting those things about like what someone else says about you in a negative way, or forgiving yourself, or forgiving the situation in general, and finding healing in that, healing in the words, like turning your pain into power, not in a negative way where it's just constantly like overshadowing certain things or lingering in the background, but it seems as though you're going to be putting more into your work or putting more into your physical realm here. Why the Judgment and a Cups reversed? There may be someone that comes back around here wanting to reconcile or push forward, but I get that there is going to be some sort of blockage. Like you're going to block this out and you're not going to collaborate on this level anymore, or you're just going to, or they're not going to collaborate or work on this in a level. I just get there's some sort of blockage here, or I get knowing your worth. Knowing that you're worth much more than this. Knowing that you're worth to be loved, you're worth it to be cherished and taken care of properly, and not to be taught too crazy or to be let down like that, Gemini. If you haven't checked out the monthly, please be sure to check out the monthly. But I do get yours was a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie. So, but it kind of like rolls back down into what I'm saying right now in this weekly. So I get, ultimately, you're going to be blocking out. You're going to be holding yourself back and defending yourself and protecting your peace because you know nothing's going to come out of this. So no matter how many times you try to open up that book, it's still going to end the same way. I know you heard that saying before, but if you haven't, you heard it here first. Anyway, I just get that like you're reading the same book over and over again, and it's just ended up in the same place. It just ended up in the same like category. So it's just a matter of understanding that, like, in order for you to have change, you got to make the change. You got to like get out of that space here. So that's what I get for you this month. Not this month, this week, Gemini. That's what I get. All right. Cancer, what's coming up for you this week? Six of Cups, you're going to be in nostalgia mode about some sort of commitment with some air sign, possibly. You're going to be in nostalgia mode. Let's see, what's coming up for Cancer this week? Horrible memories between you and another individual here. Something like something reminds you of some sort of horrible memory, something that wasn't able to really reach some sort of emotional fulfillment here. So why are you in nostalgia? This could be in regards to a commitment with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Does not necessarily have to be. Okay, that came out. Yeah. It's like a previous commitment is weighing heavy on you, like memories of the past. It's like it's haunting your mind, like a ghost here. And it's like you're ruminating or you're reviewing like something within a relationship or within a connection here. Possibly the good times between, like something ruined it. It's like you're remembering, like, damn, it could have been like this, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's like something triggers some sort of nostalgia within you in regards to connections, just somebody or something. Why the Ten of Cups reverse? Subconsciously, though, how you were left out in the cold. Like someone, okay, this could be in a sense of rejection here, where like someone left, either you or you left something, you left someone out in the cold. Like you could have had it all with this individual, and then this happens. This in your subconscious mind. It's like something, I don't know if something triggers it this month where you're thinking about this person or some memory. Like, for example, I'm getting like a memory on your phone. You know how sometimes if you got an iPhone, it's like a photo memories, like memories from 2016 or some shit, 2018 or some shit. No, depending on how long you had your damn phone, but it's like memories from this time period may come up, and it's like, damn, like that's what happened. Like, damn, this what happened. Like someone, I get rejection though. Like someone made you feel unwanted, or someone made you feel as though like you ain't shit. There's some sort of unresolved feelings, like you probably thought you got over this, Cancer, but it probably may be something that triggers like, damn, I'm not really over this, am I? Why the Four of Wands? So why are you, it's like you're thinking fondly of this thing. Loss of control. One more card for Cancer this week. Sun. Eventually you're gonna find, like, you're gonna find peace within this. I think you're gonna turn a blind eye to this. Like you're seeing something for what it is, or you're just going to, like, you know, focus on your own shining and glory. Why is it like what is your, okay, you're moving on? Why the Fool? You moving on even if you don't know which way to go. You just believe that there is sunshine at the end of the tunnel. There is more to life than this. Because you're recognizing that whatever this is not going to progress or grow. It's not going to come to full term here, whether figuratively or literally. So it's like you're taking your shit and going. Like, that's what it is. You could have had it all. I don't, why am I saying that? You could have had it all, but it's like something just reminds you that no, it's over. Someone probably left you out in the cold back in the day, and that's what literally put the nail in the coffin in regards to the two of you. Like, they sold you a dream, or it was like, it just seemed like things just shifted all of a sudden, like overnight. But Cancer, you don't deserve to feel unwanted by someone that you're so-called committed to. If anything, I don't believe that you should suffer in order to be with somebody. That's not the way to go. And I think deep down you're recognizing that, like, you deserve happiness and you deserve more. So whether or not you have a clear knowing on where something's going to lead or how something's going to pan out for you in the future, it just seems as though you're still going to take on that approach. You're still going to take it on and just continue to move forward, because you recognize that, like, staying in this area of life is not helping you to, like, you know, progress forward or be in the present moment, or to recognize what is in front of you or what is with you right now. That's what I get for you this week, Cancer. Hopefully that made sense. All right. Leo, what's coming up for you this week? Oh, shit. Pulled the devil. What the fuck? You feel tied to something, like out of control? Hold on. What's coming up for Leo this week? Pulled your card in reverse. Letting go of some sort of unhealthy okay, for some of you, you're making a conscious decision to release some sort of addiction, release some sort of obsession here, and to seek healing. Some of you may be considering going to rehab, or some of you may be considering, like, you know, for example, this is just an example, like deciding to cut back on partaking in recreational drugs or drinking, for example. That's just an example, but it just seems as though you're wanting to find healing out of like, you know, you want to find healing outside of this addiction or this attachment you had, because the star is upright at the bottom of the deck here. You don't want to no longer feel tied to this, or you no longer want to feel as though like your energy is being siphoned by things, because, like, believe it or not, like, sometimes the things outside of you, it's like whenever you have things outside of you telling you or controlling your day, or like you can't function without it in some way, shape, or form, it's like you want to find your autonomy outside of the things that had more power over you or had more control over you in that way. Why the devil? Yeah, you want to walk away. You no longer want to contribute to that, or you no longer want to invest in that. Yeah, that's good. Like, I love this for you. You want to block this out. You want to find healing. You're tired. It's like enough is enough. That's the energy I'm getting from you this week, Leo. Clarifying the devil is the judgment reverse, Knight of Wands reverse, and the Eight of Cups. You want to leave this behind you. It's like whatever this is, it had a lot of control over you. It probably is like you could not function without this thing. It's like, I gotta, like, for example, some people have to smoke a cigarette in order to, like, you know, at least go on about the day, or like to handle a certain project. It's like, that's just an example, by the way. I just get that. It's like you no longer want this thing to take a hold of you. You want to find healing. I think something gonna trigger that within you, or you're gonna just up and say, you know what, it's time. Because some people have wake-up calls in their life, like something needs to change or something needs to shift, and it can be quite abrupt. So I don't know if something may be presented to you that shows you that you need to make a change, or it's just something within you click, like, it's time. It's like you're no longer going to make an excuse in order to get by with this or to continue going down this route. A lot of Strength reverse. You're tired of not seeing things clearly. It's like you're tired of investing in a habit that's not helping you, and you see it's not helping you, or you're tired of turning a blind eye to what it is that you're contributing to it. It's like, for example, they say, oh, I'm not addicted to it, oh, I'm not like this, oh yeah, I'm not that type of person. And then all of a sudden it's like you're, whether it's subconsciously, you were like slowly but surely still contributing to this, whether you knew this or not. And it's like you probably was in denial. You probably did not want to say like, oh yeah, I was like this, oh yeah, I was, yeah. No, it's like you was in denial. And while you was trying to, like, not see things clearly, just came out reverse. It's like you're releasing the need to not acknowledge what you've been contributing to this. You see how this person is adding a pinnacle to the stack here? It's like, and behind it is the Page of Wands. You are actively still contributing to this, whether you knew this or not. And it's like you're gaining a new perspective. I don't know, something like you gain a new perspective because you're noticing things are not changing, or things are not progressing, things are not focusing. It's just like you were literally moving through life with this thing attached to you, like some sort of entity. Not saying that it's like genuinely like that. I know it can be a little bit creepy the way I'm describing this. But when we're, okay, I'm gonna get a little bit deep, but it's like when we're in the physical realm here, we are also spiritual beings. Like we are also souls, right? You got the physical realm and you got the 3D realm, you got the spiritual realm. Sometimes the things you gotta be protected in any way, shape, or form, but there was some sort of unknown entity still tying you to this, like some sort of monkey on your back, or some sort of like something was just like a dark cloud over you in some way, shape, or form, where it just felt as though like your life was just dependent on this thing. And if you didn't have it, like a coffee addiction is just something simple. It's like coffee addiction. If you don't have coffee, you start to have a headache. That's what I heard. I don't like coffee. I can't really drink coffee like that because I'll be up for 4 fucking days. But in any case, I just get that like withdrawals. It's just like a matter of understanding that there's something that you need to let go of this week. One more card for Leo. You knew you deep down, Leo, you know you need to stop committing to this. It can be with a person, it could be with a it can be anything. Leo, you know deep down what you need to do, and it's like you see within your subconscious. That's why I said your soul. Like you went into deep contemplation mode. It's like your soul is starting to like this was something that was attached to you in a spiritual sense, in a soul sense, like something your soul felt confide to in some way, shape, or form. You were lying to yourself about what you were committing to. So it's like, wake up to reality, Leo, in regards to whatever this is. You know what you need to do, and you know deep down. And something may trigger this knowing within you, like, oh shit, I was putting towards this more than I thought I was. I didn't know I was given to this like that. Why the Hermit? You know you need to stop. It's for your best interest if you stop this. What is life outside of this? Like, for example, I said this to Gemini. I think I said that like some people resonate with their pain, where their pain is their reality. Let's say the pain go away, they don't know how to function because their pain was their reality, right? So it's like learning to, who are you outside of this thing? Who are you outside of this? Who are you without giving to this? Who are you outside of this? It's like it's easy for people to tie themselves to the external titles or the external in general. Like, oh, I am this or I am that. But who are you as an individual outside of these things? Because let's say those things no longer exist. Who are you then? Who are you now? Because those things can go with you. into the afterlife. I don't know why I keep getting the spiritual thing. It's like something probably shakes you up spiritually in a sense, or like some sort of wake up call. I don't know what it is, Leo. But I just get that, like, understanding, like, tying yourself to these things outside of you, they can go at an instant. And now learning how to function without those things and get to know yourself again without those things takes time. But it's in your best interest to stop contributing to this. And yes, it may disappoint you. Yes, it may like cause some sort of pain. But it's a matter of acknowledging that, like, it's doing more harm than good. It may work temporarily, but that's why you got to keep going back to it, because it only works temporarily. Why not just put a permanent fix over it? It's like putting a bandage over a broken pipe. That bandage is going to be there oh so long until it starts to just like burst through the seams. Sweeping stuff under the rug, it's still going to be under the rug until like it gets so big you trip over the shit. You got to face those demons, Leo, deep down within you. And you got this. You got to believe you got this. When going through something different, especially when going through something that you're used to going through 24/7, you got to believe in yourself and have faith in yourself. If you don't have faith in anything, have faith in yourself. Have faith in whatever it is that you believe in, Leo. You got this. Don't think that you don't have it, okay? So that's what I get for you this week. You got this. You got this. You have more control than you give yourself credit for, Leo. And I think this week you're going to recognize it, okay? All right. Virgo, what's coming up for you this week? Queen of Cups. Coming back around to some sort of opportunity. Let's see. What's coming up for you this week, Virgo? You got two queens here. You got the Queen of Cups, and the mind and body are in sync. Mind and body are in sync. Why the Queen of Cups? What is it? Yeah, mind and body, mind and heart. Like, what is it? Your heart wants this, but your mind wants this. It's like you're in two different spaces here. So it's like your heart may want this, but your mind may want this, because the Queen of Cups is the heart. The Queen of Swords is the mind. And clarifying that is the Nine of Wands reverse. So I get that, like, you're listening to your heart a little bit more. Or, let's see, why the Queen of Cups here? You're not listening to your heart. Foolish heart. Foolish heart. I keep getting foolish heart. Anywhere before. Foolish heart. You're not listening to your heart. You're more so in your mind. Why the Nine of Wands reverse clarifying the Queen of Swords? Because of the past. You need to go back into your mind. It's something from the past that you were like involved in. Memories of the past that made you cold. That's what it is. Something hard in your heart. That's what it is, Virgo. That's why you're in your mind. That's why you're detached. That's why you're cold, because something hardened your heart. This could be a connection from the past, or something that you was committed to in the past, something that you was involved in on some sort of level in the past, something that failed. Like you put your emotional well-being or your emotion, all your heart into something and it failed. Like all your efforts went in vain, or all your efforts were just like, all your efforts was just like went down the drain. Flushed down. I get a toilet flush. Like someone just flushed everything away. And so being presented with the idea of opening up your heart is just like, it's foreign to you at this time. It's foreign to you. Because it felt as though you was bamboozled, like you was hoodwinked. Why the Fool reverse? Yeah. Something said, I'm never opening up again. Yeah. But dare I say, Virgo, there is this part of you that still have a glimmer of hope. Even though you just feel as though you're tapped out. Yeah, you're tapped out. Let's see. You just subconsciously, it's like subconsciously, Virgo, it's like you want to still put in the work. You still want to not do, yeah, anyway, you still want to go. You still want to work on this. You still want to like build. There's still some fight in you, but it's just like you need to open up your heart. Not saying that you got to open up your heart for the next person or anything. Open up your heart for yourself. And I got this for last week's collective reading in the weekly. Is that like, what is it that your heart needs? What is it that you need to thrive as an individual in order to learn how to receive better, but to also accept better and to do better? Because you can be all in your mental all day, every day. Like think. But that can lead to exhaustion. That can lead to like burnout. That can lead to like, you feeling out of sync. You and your mind and your heart is not in alignment. And there's something here where you need to stop closing off your heart or not listen to your heart space or your emotional space, because sometimes your emotions speak to you in a way that tells you like, hey, how about you need to start doing this. Hey, you need to like pull back on this here. Let's see. But this is due to some sort of heartbreak or something that, and this could be deep rooted. Like this is something where it probably happened long ago and you probably didn't know this had a long lasting effect on you, or you probably didn't know this was something that was still lingering in the background of your mind. Like, for example, it's like ever since that day, things have changed or things have not been the same with you. Like you changed. Could be for the worse, could be for the better. Who knows? But it's just like a matter of understanding, where did that come from? I guess it's like a matter of saying, get to digging. You need to start peeling back those layers. Like I get a heart looking like a book. Like you got to open up your heart space in order for light to seep through, or in order for light to like come through to you. Because something from the past still has a stain over you in some way. One more card for Virgo. Well, 2 cards came out. They're getting over it. It seems as though you're going to be standing in your power, becoming more stern. But deep down, I keep getting that like there's still some element of you, Virgo, that needs to be healed. That needs to be acknowledged. That needs to be opened up again. Because it's called, and you're like contemplating, because it's like, you know how like someone don't want to open up that book because they know what it entails. They don't want to go back reliving that because they don't want to go back through that pain. But then within that pain, it seems as though what you got out of it was, it's like you missing some sort of detail there. Not saying that you got to relive it in its entirety. No, it's just a matter of acknowledging that like something is blocking you off and you need to dive deep in order to remove that block. I get like removing some, it's like something's blocking something and you need to dive back in and go get that piece because it's still hurting you in some way. It may be painful, but I think if you were to do that process, the 3 of Swords traditionally is the, if you were to look at the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you'll see it's a heart with 3 swords in it. With it being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, I get that like if you were to dive back deep into your heart space, you will then find that blockage and remove it once and for all. I get embarrassment. I get the word embarrassment. Let's see. Why the Queen of Pentacles? King of Pentacles. Someone failed. Someone did not rise up to the occasion. It's like you already acknowledged what you need to acknowledge out of that situation. Cool. But like, what version of you is left in that space still? What version of you is still stuck in that area? You probably may have moved on mentally, but emotionally you still wrestling with it. That's what it is. Emotionally you still wrestling with it. So it seems as though you need to go back and retrieve that version of you that got lost in that pain, or lost in that situation, or stuck at that situation at that point in your life. You already know what comes with it. Not saying you got to open back up to it, but you need to go retrieve yourself from that, okay? Because something's still frozen in time around that time, okay? I hope that made sense, Virgo. It may be a painful process, but if you deal with it, or if you you actually dive back into your heart space in order to retrieve that version of you that's waiting to come back or waiting to be picked back up, you'll be way better off, okay? So that's what I get, Virgo. Libra, what's coming up for you this week? Magician, what are you manifesting? It's like you're working on getting over your disappointments, or working on getting over the things that you did not necessarily like, the things that did not work out right. Let's see, what's coming up for Libra this week? Walking away. Walking away from disappointments. It seems as though you're seeing things from a bird's eye view, or you're diving deep into your body, your psyche rather, in order to make something shake for yourself. Why the Magician? Yeah. Coming back around to something? Because you weren't seeing something clearly then? Why the Eight of Cups? Something's unresolved. Walking away from something that is unresolved. Something that was not equal give and take, or something that was not necessarily pouring to you as you was pouring onto it. Breaking free. What are you coming back around to? Why the Six of Swords reverse? There's some sort of confusion here. Okay, I can get that. Because with magicians, they do illusions and shit like that. There's some sort of disillusionment here. You still didn't get some sort of clarity in regards to something here. And it's like someone's manipulating the situation, or someone's not making something clear as much as it needs to be clear here. You're not getting all the details. Why the Death reverse? Like something's unresolved, and it's like you having to walk without getting some sort of resolve. That's what it is. Avoidance. Walking away from something that is not fully clear to you yet. Because it's like something's not clear to you yet, so you're having to walk away from it until it becomes clear. It's like waiting on the clouds to clear as you move forward. It's like I'm getting when you're driving, right? And then there's like some dark clouds or whatever. And it's like it started raining, but then as you get to the tail end of the dark clouds, you start to see the light beaming through the clouds here. So I'm getting that it's like you're in the middle of a storm here, or in the middle of some sort of dark clouds, and you're just waiting on it to pass, so that way you can actually gain the clarity that you need. Because it seems as though there's a lot of hidden elements, or things are deliberately being hidden from you, or deliberately not clear to you at this time. Let's see. One more card for Libra. I do get that there's some sort of detachment emotionally. Let's see. Why the King of Cups reverse? King of Wands. You're more so action oriented. It's like, you know what you want, Libra. You know what you want, and until you get what you want, that's what it is. It's like, things may be murky right now, but once you get what you want, you're full steam ahead. Like you're all in. It's like all or nothing type of attitude here. So it's like with the King of Cups reverse and being clarified by the King of Wands, it's like you're willing to take action but you're not going to be emotionally invested until you actually get what you want, until you actually get a clear direction or know when it's safe to open up or when it's safe to like actually invest in these things. You're tired of manipulative people or manipulative situations where it just seems as though it don't lead to anywhere and it's constantly something, or it's just like you think you're getting somewhere and it's not getting anywhere. Because with the Six of Swords reverse being clarified by the Seven of Cups upright, it seems as though there's like, and then with the Magician behind it, it's like someone's deliberately creating confusion. Someone's deliberately not making stuff clear, or someone's deliberately not telling you what something entails. It's like constant confusion, and it's like, yes, there's some sort of unresolved here, but you know, like deep down, you deserve better, or you know, deep down, like this person is gonna avoid giving, or is gonna avoid like not putting in the work. It's something like that. It's just like, see, why the King of Wands? This person here is just either it's just emotionally immature possibly, but I just get ultimately you just don't want to be confined to situations that don't give you any type of clarity at this time. And something may show you that you need to probably fall back into yourself in order to like, until you gain that clarity, or until you figure out, like, sort out what is real and what is fake. Because it's like there's confusion surrounding like what it is that you want, or confusion surrounding like what it is that you, it's like you kept probably attracting the same person in different font possibly. This is just a side story. And it's like you're trying to see like what formula, what's within your formula that you need to change in order to really attract what you genuinely want. But I think deliberately right now your focus shouldn't be on that right now. I think subconsciously you're trying to work on it, but until like you reach the tail end of those dark clouds, that's when you start to gain some sort of clarity. But until then, you're gonna have to drive through the storm or drive through some sort of murkiness here, if that makes sense. But that's what I get. Libra. No, yeah, that's Libra. Yeah, Libra. That's what I get. All right. All right. Scorpio was okay. I get okay. That want to come out. You got the Seven of Wands, so it seems as though you're defending yourself against lack, or defending yourself against being left out in some way, shape, or form. Like, don't count me out. What's coming up for you this week, Scorpio? Ten of Swords reverse. Something's ending, or something's like you don't see something coming out of something, but it's like you're reaching the tail end of some sort of healing. But why the Seven of Wands here? Like you don't want something to be over, or vice versa. Why the Seven of Wands? Queen of Wands, yeah. You don't want something to be over. You don't want something to be over. Let's see, why did the Ten of Swords reverse? Two cards flew out. But there's nothing's going to come out of it. Nothing's going to come out of it. Clarifying the Ten of Swords reverse is the Emperor's reverse and the Two of Wands reverse. Nothing's going to come out of it, Scorpio. Yeah, there's no love here. Love don't live here anymore. Love don't live here anymore. With the Seven of Wands reverse being clarified by the Queen of Wands reverse. And okay, I can also see that you're guarding your heart, or you're just like, you're protecting your emotions at this time. It's like you may feel this way, but it's like you don't want to give it. It's like the reality of a situation is beaming through. But I also want to say I think something's going to make you recognize that nothing's going to come out of this. No matter what you give to it, nothing's going to come out of it. Emotional entanglement. I don't know why I got that. One more card for Scorpio this week. Yeah. Something gets revealed. Like you know you need to hold back from this, Scorpio. So it's like you no longer, with the High Priestess being clarified by the Two of Swords and the Lovers reverse. High Priestess reverse. Shit. This all flew out together, I think. This tells me something about this tells me that there's a connection that is not equally yoked, and something gets revealed that like, take your blinders off. Because if you look at the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you'll see a lady with two swords crossed over with a blindfold on, sitting in a chair, indecisive. This is decisive that this thing, no matter what you involve, a snake? Someone maybe was a snake. Was it no good? I'm drawn to the snake on the Lover's card here. Someone was no good. But I do get ultimately someone's just acknowledging something's just a waste of time or something's no good. So why the Knight? Yeah, you feeling the need to hold back, or there's a need for you to stop checking on them, or a need for you to stop like opening up that book. I'm keep getting drawn to the High Priestess. Like if you look at the High Priestess here, it's a book. I'm drawn to the book, and I got this for you in a previous weekly where I was like, there's some information out, but it's like stop opening up that book and reminding yourself of those things, because nothing's going to change. No matter how many times you read the book, the ending is still the same, correct? No matter how many times you read the book, in unison, it's still the same chapter, same wording, same everything. You may highlight it, you probably may underline it, you probably may rewire it in every which way, but regardless of how many times you try to check on it, I think there's a need for you to stop looking because nothing's changed. But I do get ultimately like there's a lack of growth and expansion when it comes down to this situation here. Why the Knight of Cups? I'm drawn to that actually. Yeah, you need to stop working on it. This connection is not like you can't make this shit up. You got the Eight of Pentacles reverse flew out in the spread, and at the bottom of the Two of Cups in the chair. You need to move on. Like stop thinking that something's gonna pan out a certain way. Nothing's gonna change. But hey, there's free will. There's free will. So I guess there's a need for you to stop being stubborn. Why the Seven of Wands? One more card. Why the Seven of Wands? Why the Seven of Wands? Yeah, stop. There's lies. This connection is a big fat ass lie. Wake up to reality. Yeah. Hierophant reverse, Ace of Swords reverse, a big fat ass lie. Page of Wands reverse. Lack of forward movement. This all flew out together. You need to defend yourself or block yourself off from those situations that constantly it's just a waste of time, Scorpio. I don't know how else to say it. So you need to like, that's what I get. And this may be something subconsciously, and stop checking up on it because nothing's changed. Stop trying to like open up the book because nothing's changed. And it takes two to tango. You can't be the only one putting in effort and the other person ain't doing shit. So that's what I get, Scorpio. All right. Sagittarius, what's coming up for you? Seem like you're decisive on something. You know, like you're dropping some sort, like you're buckling down and committing to something. It's like you're no longer up in the air. You're no longer like wishy-washy. It's like you're buckling down and committing to something, because you got the Two of Pentacles reverse, and at the bottom of the deck it's the Nine of Pentacles reverse. So it seems as though you're committing to something. What's coming up for Sagittarius? Balancing out the scales, doing things fairly. Like, I get the fog is clearing, or like something's clearing out. So it's not a lot of confusion or not too much stuff going on. It's like full steam ahead, or like something. It's like, let's see, why the Two of Pentacles reverse? You're making a decision to not really say what you need to say. And this could be in regards to some sort of opportunity here. Nine of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, behind it is the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like you're just doing what you need to do, like putting your head down and doing it. You're not saying anything. You're just going to let the work speak for itself. You're going to keep everything within your mind. Like, you're not going to really say, it's like not saying your next move, or not saying like what you're doing. It's like you're just doing and not thinking about it. Like you're keeping it in your mind here. Let's see. Why the Justice? Yeah, you're not going to be chained down. I think like you don't want to be controlled. You don't want to feel as though you're stuck. So I guess that's what it means. It's like you're just on, it's like go mode. Like it's go time. You're not wasting time on senseless commitments. You're buckling down and committing to the things that you want to commit to. It's not about if I need to do this or I need to do that. No, it's like you're really serious about something here. And you know, it's like within your subconscious, like something clicks within you. It's like, okay, I need to do this. It doesn't, it's like now or never type of energy. Why the devil reverse? But it's like you're releasing something, like something, yeah. We were releasing something that was unresolved. Like you're not giving a second chance to something, or you're not going to like give something a second thought here. Like someone may come back around asking, now this is a side story, someone may be trying to get a second chance out of you or try to like open back up that book between the two of you. But I think that like, because something probably bit someone in the ass. Something probably bit someone in the ass and they want to come back around, but like that's not your problem, Sagittarius. If that's your story, if that's the case. Because like a person should not bring hell and high waters to you because they put themselves there. Especially if you haven't been around this fucker for how long. But that's just a side story. Let's see, why the Knight of Swords? But I do get your buckling down and committing to something. You make a decision to move forward in something. You making a decision to something within you. Though, Sagittarius. Let me see. One more card for Sagittarius before I say it. Avoidance. I do get that you're like considering settling down or considering like committing to something serious. You may be confused about certain things or certain details from the past, like your past experiences may come up for you to just like, it's like you're confused about which direction you want to go. But it seems as though you're not going to, it's like you're not trying to get in your head. That's another story. It's like you're not trying to get in your head. You're just going to like trust yourself or just like move based off of what you feel or move based off of what you see here, if that makes sense. You want things to balance out for once. And I think you're not trying to let the things that was unresolved in the past or let things from the past control you. So it's like, let's see, why the Six of Cups? Yeah, like things from the past that did not work out or things from the past that you had to walk away from that was just disheartening or like, you know, had promise in the beginning but didn't show it and didn't show it. Like it just seems as though like you're having to move away from those things or you're making a decision to stop ruminating over the things that did not work out or ruminating over the things that probably may have had promise but really did not turn out to be anything. So it's just a matter of like understanding like what it is that's going to come out of something, you know? Why the Tower reverse? The Moon. Subconsciously, you may want to avoid giving your emotions away, avoid getting into your feelings, or avoid like acknowledging how you really feel about something. It's something in regards to your emotions that you're kind of like a little bit on guard about or a little bit hesitant about. Like you just want to take action or you just want to be more like in your element because Sagittarius is ruled by the element of fire. But there's a part of you that don't really want to dive deep into your emotional space because when you open up, you probably feel as though like things that happened in the past showed you that opening up was like a big no-no. But I think that something's opening you up, Sagittarius. Whether it's to the idea of committing to someone or like the idea of dealing with someone on that level. There is a want for you to not feel restricted, but I just get that like if something's balanced out in nature, if something's equal give and take and something's actually given to you in a way that you need and vice versa, you give into the way something needs to be given, like watering a plant. You understand the plant's needs and stuff like that and all this stuff, you're taking care of it and vice versa. You know, it's all about you need your intuition. You need to tap into your intuition in regards to like whatever this is that you're considering, Sagittarius. Okay. Don't avoid your subconscious thoughts. Don't avoid your emotions here. There's a matter of you to like tap into your subconscious, like subconscious blockage, like, you know, oh, I shouldn't do this because of X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? X, Y, and Z no longer exists. I mean, I know you may have memories of it, but it no longer exists. It's no longer your reality. So it's a matter of not allowing your subconscious to get in the way of what's in the present moment here. Okay, Sagittarius? You may be wanting to take action, action, action to turn your heart off, but eventually you're going to have to open up your heart space again for whatever this is. Okay, Sag? All right. Or just in general, like there is a time and place where something may challenge you to open up again, but it's just a matter of not allowing your subconscious thoughts or the things from the past to tell you or dictate your present moment. But that's what I get. But I think you're just not going to overthink it. You're just going to do. But there's a matter for you to also tap into your emotions. You can't half step it if that's the case. But that's what I get, Sagittarius. Hopefully that made sense. Okay. Capricorn, what's coming up for you this week? Page of Wands, you're not taking okay, you're guarding yourself against some sort of immaturity, or you're guarding yourself against something that's not going to lead to anywhere, because you pulled the Page of Wands reverse at the bottom of the in the spread, and the Seven of Wands reverse in it. Like something's blocking your confidence, or something's like something. Let's see what's coming up for Capricorn this week. Temperance, instability. You're trying to avoid the instability that someone tried to bring your way. At the bottom of the deck, it's the Emperor's reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. Something did not work out between, like something did not grow and expand. Like possibly a business thing fell through. That's just a side story. Something fell through. Like something wasn't able to like reach completion, or something was not able to like reach full term here. Like something dwindled out. Like I get like something short term, like just as quick as it started, it ended just as quick due to some sort of instability. This probably was something outside of your control here. Why the Page of Wands? Hold on. Why the Page of Wands reverse? Hold them back. You're deliberately not taking action. You're deliberately not committing to this, because I think you see the writing on the wall when it comes down to this. Like you're deliberately not taking action, or you're deliberately not going for it, because you see something not going to come out of it. It's like someone tried to give you a bad deal, or someone tried to like shortchange you. Someone tried to shortchange you, or pull the wool over your eyes when it comes out. Yeah, that's what. Okay, I just saw this. Someone tried to shortchange you, like have you commit blindly to something, and it wasn't going to lead to anything. So I think you're like seeing something for what it is, or you're seeing that something is not exactly what it is. Like something had promised, but then as soon as it had promised, something like just as fast as it showed it turned off just as quick. I get an LED light, like a LED light, like blinking, like a red LED light, a diode. Let's see, why the Temperance reverse? Burden. It was going to cause instability and burden. So you're not going to give a second chance or a second thought to some sort of now this could be a commitment here, where it's like you're not going to give a second chance to something because it's more so of a burden than good. So you know this is not worth shit. It may show that it's something, but it's not. One more card for Capricorn. King of Pentacles reverse. You're not investing. Something was like a blaring stop sign. Like stop. Like something stop. Like something just slowed you down. Like it's like something here you're not investing in. Something may show you this week, or just in general. I don't know, whenever you come across this, because it's not where I may read for the week, that doesn't mean it's specifically for this week. It just, whenever you come across this, it's just like I give messages like a daily horoscope or like a weekly horoscope or some shit. It's just a matter of, yeah. So it just seems as though something may show you that something's a no-go. Like, oh, this deal is off the table because someone probably tried to pull the wool over your eyes or have you sign something and it like something where it's like, I don't know what they say, a 360 contract, like you don't get shit in return and you're a slave to the contract or some shit. Like something's more burdensome than good. So don't shortchange yourself. I think I want to say this to you, Capricorn, is like read the fine print, ask the questions that you need to ask. If this is something in regards to like, a deal or something like that, or make sure that you're getting all the details, because sometimes people, sadly, in this, like, it's fucked up, but some people want to try and trap people so that way they can gain something out of it, and the person that is actually doing the work gets nothing. That's kind of sad. So I guess it's like, look at your investments a lot closely and make sure someone is not bullshitting you or shortchanging you. Why the King of Pentacles reverse? Yeah, some sort of change here. You're not gonna pay it any mind. I think, like, you're not gonna go for it because you see someone may be greedy. Like, don't line someone else's pockets if your pocket's not getting lined either, Capricorn. I don't know why I want to say that. I never say no shit like that, but I think you're not changing your perspective. You're stubborn. So make sure that you see something for what it is, not what you want it to be, okay? I keep getting that message. Why the Strength card? Someone, it may appear to be something that's long-term and stable, but then behind closed doors is not. Yeah, be careful with whatever this is. Peel back that layer a little bit more. You need to read the fine print on something this week, Capricorn, or just like make sure that you're not cheating yourself unintentionally, because someone may try to pull the wool over your eyes to get something out of you. But again, you got the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the Page of Pentacles. Something may show like someone may show something, but it's just like, I just get a ghosting situation, or a situation where you're just up the creek without a paddle. So just you've been forewarned. If this is not your story, please don't, I know it's specific. I get awfully specific readings, but this is the primary energy that's coming up for some of the Capricorns out there. So that's what I get. And I know Capricorns do not play about their money, so please be careful about that. Okay? All right. Aquarius, what's coming up for you this week? You got the Temperance card, Ten of Pentacles, reverse. Seem like you're patient in regards to like your career and your finances, like you're patiently building. You're not holding back. It's like you're investing, like you're waiting on your return on investments, or you're just properly doing, like, you're making sure that you do things right in order to get what you need in return. Why the Temperance? Seven of Cups reverse. You're pretty clear about what it is that you need to do. This could be in regards to like what it is that you're committed to on an emotional level. But I do get that you're pretty clear about what you need to do, and it's like you're at peace with certain things. I think you come into terms with certain things. Why the Ten of Pentacles? Moon reverse. Yeah, it's like you don't want to be. Why the Moon reverse? I get that you're releasing something that you was building towards. Something comes out about something that you was working towards or building towards. Something comes out that leads to you wanting to separate from it or just release it. Leaving a bag on the table. But I get that you just feel as though there's no more hope to this. Or there's something here that forces your hand here. But I get that you're contemplating on releasing something, like leaving a bag on the table. If you catch my drift, though, I guess someone may be leaving a bag on the table because they feel as though they need to be patient on the things that they need to be patient on. Why the Seven of Cups reverse? Yeah, your confidence. It's like you're confident in something working itself out, or you're confident in something in general. So it's like, for example, you're leaving a bag on the table in order to like open up to other possibilities here. So I get that you're not going to be committing to things. Why the Strength reverse? You are going to be letting something go. I get like you're letting something go this week, or just whenever you come across this reading, Because while it may read for the week, it does not mean that the messages don't apply in other ways. It's just a weekly message. But why the Strength reverse? You're releasing things that are not growing. So I think you understand. It's like stagnation. You probably felt stagnant in an area of your life, or you probably felt things were not progressing. So it's like, instead of trying to hold on to things that are not progressing, or things that are just like, it seems as though it's dying down, you're taking into consideration what it is that's going to give you the like fan your flames here, what it's going to give you that extra push that you want and need. So I think that you're going to be leaving something behind this week, or considering leaving something behind after you evaluate all the elements, because I think you sense that there's something's gonna reach its end, or something's gonna come to an end soon, or something's no longer gonna be like as, it's not gonna show as much promise as it once did. And it seems as though something's dying down. So I think you're kind of confident in, like, moving forward, or you're confident in, like, breaking away from something. Whereas before, you probably felt as though you couldn't really do it, but now it's like, I think I'm gonna change. I think I'm gonna just move on my own way, in my own path. Why the Empress reverse? Yeah, you're leaving. You're not. There's an opportunity you're going to be leaving behind. You're no longer going to be working on something, or you're no longer going to be taking action towards something. And I think you're going to be very clear. You're very decisive. Like, it's like you're very clear about what it is that you want, or very clear about what it is that you want to do. And again, it seemed as though this was something that you was probably holding on to, and you kind of like, it was like something that was just there. It wasn't something where it was like, oh, okay, it's just something where it's like, you're coming to terms with something that you need to let go of. You're coming to terms with something that no longer, like, you need to go ahead and move on from. Because I think you're pretty sure or certain within yourself that there's gonna be more opportunities, or there's gonna be more possibilities out there for growth and expansion. It just seems as though one part of your life in that regard is coming to an end, or something that you're deciding to just like scale back on, or cut back on. And you're pretty confident in yourself, and that's how you should be. Like, sometimes you do got to take a leap. Like, sometimes you do have to take, especially if it's going to benefit you, or it requires you to, like, sometimes you do need to let something go in order to embrace something new. Because how can you embrace something when you're holding on to all that stuff? So whatever it is that you're deciding to do this week, Aquarius, or just in general, whenever you come across this, because again, while I may read for the week, that does not mean it's a time stamp attached to it, okay? So whenever you come across this, it just seems as though you're considering, or you're going to be feeling more confident in your decision making, or confident in, like, whatever it is that you decide to do moving forward, okay? So that's what I get, Aquarius. Hopefully that made sense. All right. Last but not least, my lovely Pisces, what's coming up for you this week? Three of Swords. You're finding yourself getting over some things, or you're finding yourself, like, feeling a little bit, why did I get soreness? Like, you may feel a little bit sore, or a little bit like on something here. What's coming up for you this week? I'm sorry, but I get soreness though. Let's see, what's coming up for you this week, Pisces? You're moving forward. You're moving on. Why the Three of Swords reverse? You're moving on from heartbreak, or you're finding yourself getting over some things. It's like that's why I got soreness. It's like, like you're waking up and you're stretching. Like, it's like you're, like, shaking it off or something. I'm trying to describe that feeling, but it's like you're just feeling as though, like, you are feeling a lot more looser, or you're feeling a lot more, like, able, like, flowy, or some way, shape, or form. But I do get that you're getting your spark back. You're getting your, like, flame back in some regard. You aren't feeling as, like, run down. So why the Fool? You're walking away. Like, you're moving on. Like, Pisces, I just get that you're really, like, full steam ahead for a lot of shit. Like, you're walking away. You're moving forward. You're taking leaps. You're doing X, Y, and Z. Like, you're doing the damn thing. And it's like you're starting to get your groove back. You're starting to get your flame back here. Like, nothing can get in your way. And it's like, if something were to try and get in your way, you're not going to let it get in your way. It's not going to take heed over your life. Why the Page of Wands? you're not like you're taking baby steps. It's like you're cultivating your path. You're cultivating your your story here. With the King of Wands reverse being clarified, clarifying the Page of Wands is the King of Wands reverse. So it seems as though you're not fully all the way there yet, but you're taking the necessary approach to get to that full on King of Wands upright. But right now, it's like you're taking your, it's like you're finding it. That's why it's like soreness. It's like you're waking up after workout, and it's like you're still dealing with the residuals, or you're still dealing with like you know, wiping yourself off, like brushing yourself off. But it's like you're now walking away, like you're finding yourself being able to move forward, or you're finding yourself fully able to move on and know what you want, or just go towards the things that you want. Why the Eight of Cups? What? No, what? No. You're walking away from injustice. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Why the Eight of Cups? Justice card keep wanting to show itself. You are walking away from like things that were not favorable, or things that were not fair in nature, or things that were not balanced in nature. One more card for Pisces. Oh, two cards flew out. You're going to be protecting yourself against disconnects or broken like connections. It's like you're getting over a lot of stuff. It's like, I don't know if it was some sort of fog or something, but it just felt as though things were just like still on you. Like you wiping the dirt off of you, the gravel off of you. Like you've been buried for so long, and it's now like you want to see, you want to pop through the ground now. You want to erupt. You want to become like, more sorry. You want to be a little bit more out there now. And it's like anything that it's like you've been down for so long, you now want to brush yourself off and get the hell on. You want to explore, you want to grow, you want to expand into different areas. So it's like now it's like, okay, I'm ready to hit the ground and start running. I want to experience this. I want to experience that. Anything that try to restrict me, or anything that try to like make me feel as like commit. I think you're not interested in love at this time. I think you're not interested in committing to people at this time. You're not interested in like dealing with people's shit at this time. I think this chapter of your life, or just in general right now, the chapter of Pisces is a chapter of being by yourself and enjoying your independence, or enjoying your freedom from something, or enjoying your like autonomy. Like you want to experience life under your lenses, not under someone else's lenses, or not under someone else's like jurisdiction. It's like you want to live your life on your terms, and it seems as though you're by any means necessary, you want to do those things, okay? You want what's in your heart right now is freedom, or what's in your heart right now is to not be confined or contained, because you already know what it's like to be contained. So now it's like you want to see what life is like outside of that container, outside of that dirt, outside of those things. So it's like, yes, it's like, yeah, grogginess. It's like you may feel a little bit groggy, you may feel a little bit like, and I'm like feeling a little bit like, uncomfortable in these areas or in these spaces here. But you got it within you to do those things now. It's like it's just a matter of like rising to the occasion of actually seeing yourself in those things, like doing those things, or like experiencing those things. Because deep down you want it. It's just a matter of rising to the occasion to get it. Okay. And I guess that's also what contributes to that, is like Neptune finally leaving Pisces, and Saturn finally leaving Pisces as well, because now it's in Aries. Like Neptune and Saturn is now in Aries. So for 14 years, was it 14 or 15 years, Pisces been under this fog. Even though Neptune is ruled by Pisces, it still doesn't make it any better. Especially if you have placements. Of course you have placements in Pisces, but sometimes Neptune can make stuff foggy and confusing and like very unclear and very uneasy, but it can be very dreamy and artsy and creative and amazing. It can be beautiful things, but there is duality to Neptune, just like any planet is duality. So while yes, Neptune and Pisces was in this element, it still doesn't negate that it can cause fogginess and confusion and lack of reality and things not being clear. Even though it can help with artistic pursuits or spirituality and all those things, it still can cause some sort of fogginess. So I think you're starting to feel like a fog was lifted. That's why I said fog in the beginning. It's like you're starting to feel the fog lifting off of you, or you're starting to feel like you can walk again and feel grounded. Even though Pisces is ruled by a fish, it's like you're no longer feeling contained, or you're no longer feeling the need to restrict yourself or feel the need to, like, connect to things willy-nilly. It's like you're lifting, the fog is lifting, you're seeing things, or you're doing things, like it's like you're recognizing that there's life outside of that container, there's life outside of whatever it is that you were doing. So it's like nothing can stop you now. It's like you're able to have fun and, like, do whatever you want. But that's what I get, Pisces. Very nice reading. All right, so now without further ado, let's go ahead and get to collective. Okay, what's coming up for the collective for the week of April the 6th through 12th, 2026? What is it that all signs collectively need to know for the week of April the 6th through the 12th, 2026? Okay. What is coming up for the collective this week? Okay, this wanted to fall on this side, but I get there's a lot of stuff ending. There's a lot of stuff that's not coming with you in the next cycle, because I see the Wheel of Fortune reversed at the bottom of the deck. So it seems as though within the next cycle of your life, certain things cannot come with you. Certain things cannot be around you when you're elevating or when you're moving on into the next phase of your life here. What's coming up for the collective this week? Repeating message. It's like, what is it that your heart desire, collective? Where's your heart leading you? And I know there's a lot of times, and this is a conversation me and my sister was having today, ironic enough, but it's like, it's easy to, like, want to know, like, where is this gonna lead me, or where is this gonna go, where is this gonna go, like, do stuff that's logically makes sense, but your heart is asking you to do something else. Your soul is asking you to lead you to somewhere else here. With the King of Cups in the spread, as well as the Three of Wands, and with the Knight of Wands reverse, it's like, instead of taking senseless action, doing the things that you think you should do in order to get from point A to point B, why not listen to your heart? And I know it's kind of cliche when, especially in today's world, in today's society, especially if you live in America, I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but it's like, how can you, it's just a matter of understanding, like, your heart wants to lead the way for once, not just this mental energy, or where it's like you feel it, you're just doing senseless things in action in order to get from point A to point B, but not the things that you genuinely want to do within your heart. So there's a need for you to put an end to certain situations where you're doing mindless things, where you're doing things just to do them, but not the things because you want to do them. Why the Death card? Now, some of you may be a little bit indecisive. This could be in regards to your connections. Some of you still want to contribute to certain connections or contribute to certain things that you... Okay, that's what I can get. It kind of leads back down. It's like, what is it that you like? What is it that you love? What is it that you want to connect with on that level, collective? It's like, certain things you may not want to put an end to, or certain things you don't necessarily understand why you have to end certain things, or why you want to end certain things, because the Two of Swords can represent indecision. You may not understand why your heart is leading you to these things, but there's a part of you, like I said, want to contribute to certain things, want to take action towards a different route, want to change your way of doing things, want to change things in general. Why the Two of Swords? Don't deceive yourself. Don't let negative judgment or negative comments or negative memories prevent you from moving on, or prevent you from believing in certain things working out for you. It's easy to get, that's why I said it's easy to get wrapped up in the mental in certain things, but sometimes your heart and your mind can work hand in hand. It don't just have to be one or the other, and sometimes it can be conflicting. Like, your mind may want this and your heart may want this, but it's a matter of listening to your intuition, but also tapping into your heart space. Your heart space know what you like, what it is that you need, what your needs are. Because again, your mind can be playing tricks on you. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I got that song. Anyway, so I guess for this week collectively, it's like stop taking senseless action and start putting towards the things that you want, putting action towards the thing that you need. Not the things because you think you should do them, but the things because you know this is what you are being called to do. I think collectively a lot of people are tending to like want to tap into where they're being called or tap into where they're being led to, even though when things are murky or something like that. But don't deceive yourself on like what it is that need to be let go of or what it is that can't come with you in the next chapter. Because how can you embrace certain things coming into your life if you're still holding on to something that's not working? Let your heart lead the way. Because I think your heart and your spirit, because I equate water to spirituality and your heart space, heart chakra or whatever. And with the Three of Wands, it's like, where's your heart? Your heart is telling you something's coming. Or your heart is telling you that things are going to work itself out. There's light at the horizon. There's a ship coming in with a lot of cargo. One more card for the collective, and then we'll move on. Well, I'm on to verse. And if this is in regards to a connection or a relationship, or the things that failed between you and another individual, there's a need for you to find healing in that. There's a need for you to like not allow a connection that failed with someone to define the present moment for you. And don't allow yourself to become less than a person because of a relationship outside of you. You can't allow a relationship to turn you in for a person for the worse. Turn you into a person for the worse. Okay? Your heart desires love. You deserve love. You deserve care and you deserve nurturing. So anything that has failed, you can find healing within that, okay? You see how the star is over his heart? Find healing within your heart space this week, collective. Your heart wants to lead the way, but you need to allow yourself to heal and to hear the way. Your heart space wants to hear the way too. Okay? Why the Four of Wands reverse? And some of you felt cheated. You're not missing out. Anything that's meant for you will not pass you by, collective. Just keep that in mind, okay? Anything that's meant for you will not pass you by. But the things that are not meant for you, just know it ain't gonna stay for long. It just meant to be there for just a certain amount of time. So I guess in general, collective, don't allow yourself to be dimmed out because of the situation that failed to come to some sort of like resolve or some sort of like completion or some sort of like term here. Whatever this is, it's a matter of you believing that there is more out there and believing that your heart wants more for itself. You deep down, you want more for yourself. So you just got to allow yourself to believe that there's more out there for you. Okay, collective? All right, that's the message I get for you this week, collectively. So now, okay, go ahead and like, okay, what we're going to do now is pull a card of the week. So this is for those that did not resonate with the collective or did not resonate with their zodiac sign or whatever. But mostly this is for everybody. This is for those who genuinely just want a quick message what to take for them this week. Like, what is the primary theme of this week? What is it that the collective shall know? And I love pulling these because it usually coincides with the collective and it just brings some sort of confirmation. So let's go ahead and see what it is that you shall know. What is it that the collective shall know for this week? All right. What is it that the collective shall know for this week? May you know nourishment. And at the bottom of the deck, may you know joy. Oh, okay. All right. Let's go ahead and find that in the book. Okay. All right. May you nourish your mind, your body, and your soul daily. They are your divine trinity. Nourish your fibers, your ideas, and your values. Strengthening these will carry you further than you might dream possible. May you treat yourself with kindness and compassion and share your nourishment with those in need of it. They will come to you and you will both be nourished in the process. May you know nourishment. How you can give to something if you don't have it, collective. Okay. Nourish yourself, and there's a need for you to, like, you know, listen to your heart. Nourish what your heart wants for you, okay? I feel called to read May You Know Joy, and then we'll go ahead and close out this reading. All right. May you know joy in its depths and its boundlessness, the joy that comes in a blissful moment when the time stands still and magic hangs in the air, the joy that comes from being the full expression of your highest self for your greatest good. Joy lives in your heart, and its greatness is a song, your song, the song of your soul, celebrating all of the universe in your sacred home in the center of it. May you know joy. Very beautiful, collective. I love that. But in any case, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. And until then, see you guys in the next video that I post. Toodaloo.